Recognized via WebEx, Senator Gillibrand, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. General, your predecessor, Admiral Fowler, testified to this committee that Russia has eagerly flooded online communities in Latin America with disinformation intended to undermine faith in democratic institutions and the United States. Separately, China is investing heavily in their information technology that can be easily manipulated by the Chinese government at their direction for espionage or cyber intrusions. Do you feel Southcom is adequately equipped to do its part to handle the separate but overlapping risks posed by these efforts?
So, Senator, I share your concern with that, and if confirmed, I will. That'll be one of the first things that I assess when I get to U.S. Southern Command. The disinformation and the information operations that are occurring, I will definitely do assessment and come back to the Secretary of Defense with whatever resources might be required to counter that.
Thank you. General, as you pointed out, while China's economic coercion practices are only one element of its strategy to exert influence in the region, it certainly is an important one. Is there a way for Southcom and other U.S. entities to facilitate opportunities for economic engagement where we can highlight the benefits of working with the United States as opposed to China? The Bahamas come to mind, where China has filled a gap left by previous administrations after Hurricane Dorian in 2019.
So certainly, Senator, with the security cooperation levers that are afforded to U.S. Southern Command to be able to counter that, the exercises, the International Military Education and Training Program, IMET. We also have the National Guard State Partnership Program and the Section 333 Train and Equip. Also, foreign military sales, foreign military financing are also tools that are available to utilize as well. Also in the region, Senator, security force assistance teams from the Army, which are also very effective on the ground. I think, that goes to that persistent engagement with our partner nations to counter the external influence.
As we've seen by recent events in Haiti and Cuba, there are plenty of humanitarian and governance concerns within the Southcom domain that are in close proximity to the U.S. First, what role do you foresee Southcom playing in providing humanitarian support to our neighbors? And two, in what ways can Southcom partner with other agencies to be helpful to people suffering from instability, corruption, or climate change?
Senator, I do agree that this requires a whole of government approach with diplomacy in the lead, absolutely, and then certainly from the military perspective, being able to provide that humanitarian assistance if required. And I know that U.S. Southcom is always ready to be able to do that, and if confirmed, I certainly will be ready to do that as well.
President Biden has made it clear that the current situation in Haiti doesn't necessitate U.S. military assistance at this point. Do you agree with that assessment? And if so, what signals will you be looking for that might change your advice on this matter?
So, Senator, certainly support the president and the administration in terms of the diplomacy, leading with diplomacy and the whole of government approach, and being ready to, if required, provide humanitarian assistance or whatever assistance would be required. And if confirmed, Senator, I pledge that I will be ready to provide as a combatant commander options for the President and the Secretary of Defense.
Last, I saw in your written statement comments about your support for the IRC recommendations and Secretary Austin's decision to remove sexual assault and domestic violence prosecution from the chain of command. As a convening authority yourself, your voice on this issue is very important. I did have one question for you about our policies. If you agree that sexual assault prosecution will be improved by leaving it to trained military prosecutors, is there a reason why you wouldn't also improve the prosecution of other serious crimes?
Well, Senator, as a commander, I'm responsible for standards and discipline within my command and within my organization. And certainly, as the Secretary of Defense had said, that he supports the change for sexual assault and sexual harassment, and I agree with that as well. In terms of other crimes, I think that in support of the Secretary of Defense. I think that we do need to review that and study that because to me it's very important that I be able to have the ability for and the responsibility to provide standards and discipline within the organization. I think that's very important. That's a commander's role. And so I do believe that that requires further study.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Senator Gillibrand. Let me recognize Senator Hawley, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General,